Boys, King of Fighters is returning to Grand Cross JP in 2 days time, and the boys, even though you may not care about King of Fighters, this is going to be the first ever time we get a part 2 for a collaboration, so it'll be a good insight of what we could see for, you know, Attack on Titan, ReZero, Stranger Things, and also Slime Part 2, right? So this is still a good update for a lot of us, and we could do a lot of speculation to what's to come. And even right now, before the update's even out, there's quite a lot we already know, because, well, apparently they are adding 2 new characters, which I'll go for in a second. But before I start, I will say one thing, and that is when this club is coming to Global Grand Cross, because I know a lot of you lot ain't up to date with, you know, what happens on JP and what the gap between JP and Global now. But it is 2 weeks, so on the 9th of November, so literally right after this banner does leave, we will get, you know, part 2 of the actual King of Fighters collaboration. So just to keep you lot up to date, because I know a lot of you lot are going to comment that in the comments, so I feel like I have to say it. Alright, so the reason why I say 2 new characters is because, well, Terry and Osa Ayori have been leaked. And this actually makes a lot of sense now, because if you look at the Slime collaboration, granted it was leaked, so not really confirmed. It was on the beta server. It wasn't even the live servers. Apparently, we were getting 3 new SSRs, which was Milan. No, not Milan. I wish it was Milan. It was Valdora, it was Rimuru, and also Shion, right? Which is, you know, fair enough, the new season stuff. But the reason why they got 3, and you know, the reason why we're getting 2 King of Fighters characters is because, well, there's 6 in total. And I think that's what they've been planning to do here. Because if you look at King of Fighters, this was the first collaboration that added 4 SSRs rather than being 3 SSRs and then 1 SR, like how we had, what was it? It was Rimuru Slime and also SR Eren. This changed it, and now we got, you know, the 4 SSR format that we've been getting for the past, like, 3 collaborations now. But now that this is 4, that means they added Terry and Ayori, so that's 6 in total. So when you do the rerun banner, which will most likely be similar to this, which will be Slate and Diane, imagine that was Terry and Ayori, they'll most likely be 0.3 rate up, and then 0.25 for Mai, Athena, Rugo, and Kyo. That would be the best outcome, because if it was anything more than 6 characters, it would be quite a stacked banner, and at that point they may split the banner up. So when we look at Slime and the fact that they were getting 3 characters, you got to remember they only got 3 SSRs. So in total, there will be 3, you know, or 6 actual SSRs in total on the banner. So I think that's what they're going to do from now on. Whenever we do see part 2, we're always going to get 2 new characters for, you know, ReZero, Stranger Things. But for Attack on Titan and Slime, it's most likely going to be 3 new characters. So, I'll make a speculation video about Attack on Titan in the future when we do get part 2 for King of Fighters, and that's kind of over. And we can kind of dive into what we could see for, you know, a part 2 Attack on Titan. But yeah, on screen, like I've been showing for the past few seconds now, has been basically what was leaked. So on the servers, the actual live servers, they add the files for the actual cosmetics on the server, and the person who data mines it can actually able to see it early. So that's how we know it's coming. A little bit disappointed personally, because I kind of want to be a surprise, you know. Granted, it would have been more of a disappointment because, well, Terry and Ayori were a given. They're literally the 2 guaranteed to come, and it looks like it's just them 2. But yeah, like I just said in my theory, the fact that we're only going to get 2 makes most sense here. So I don't think we're going to get anyone else, even though there's a small chance that there is someone else, mainly because if we look at Easton, when she came out, because she was leaked during, or at least for that, like, a little asset leak where you can see her actual outfit bundles, and she was on it. But who was not on it, but also came during an update, was Green Mono. So there's a small chance, like 1% I would say, that there's someone like Yuri or Leona, how you say her name, on the actual banner with the new King of Fighters characters, but she's not on this actual list here. But if you look at the list, which is quite interesting to look at, is there is a selection pack, which is a bit strange now, because, well, if you noticed before, when you ever do collaborations, you can buy like £20 or like £30 worth pack and get a random SR, one of the guaranteed club character, which is kind of nice, to be fair. And before it was random, but now it's a selection pack, so you can't pick anyone you want to, which it's fair. It's kind of okay, because I can get a 6/6 Kyo without even summoning, so that's kind of great, right? I can get like a Kyo or like even my first actual Athena, because I've not pulled her yet. But because there's only 2 SSRs that are new, they are not putting on the banner. Because before, it was, what's it, the 4 new ones. So if the King of Fighters just came out, it was between them 4, but random. So if they're not doing that again, where it's 4, I hoped it would have been all 6 of them, but random, where you could have gotten Terry or Ayori with the RNG. But it does like to change it to where it's just a selection, where you can only pick the old character, which is it's alright, but not the greatest, right? But also, this leak, you can see that there are no new cosmetics that are paid paid. A little bit disappointing because hoping there would be more cosmetics. Not that they were paid for, but just more customization. Because to be fair, Kyo don't have the greatest outfits. These are horrible. I'm not gonna lie to you, they're not the greatest ones, right? So and also the big thing as well is actual stats. If you don't know, almost every single collab character apart from basically Ram is missing one equipment. So either whether it be actual cosmetic, whether it be a weapon or actual outfit, they're always missing one. So to get another outfit means more customization, but also more actual, you know, to finally max out the registered cosmetics. So you can have 555, right? Because to be fair, collab characters don't have the highest CC. They are quite low. You know, stat-wise, they kind of need every CC they can get, every little bit of stat they can get. And missing one weapon, headpiece, or even cosmetic is quite detrimental, basically. But yeah, it does look like we're not going to get anyone. They are all returned from the old ones, which is also more disappointing as well, because, well, that means the free-to-plays, or if you don't spend money in the game, you can't get these cosmetics without, you know, buying actual money again. You would have thought they were returned maybe one extra new UR outfit, and you could buy the old ones of cosmetics. Maybe you still can, who knows, but we have to wait and see. But since this is a new event, there's a small chance, very small but unlikely, because you know how lazy Grand Cross is really. There is if there is a new event, or maybe even with an old event, you can get new cosmetics that are free, which would be a lot better actually, because then, you know, the people who did spend money on the cosmetics can get a free actual full set in actual story mode for all the characters, and get, you know, 555 for free. Well, I guess it's not free, but you know, you get my point there. And then if you have bought the characters, you can get one free weapon or one free outfit that you can turn to UR to make it more usable, right? That would be the best outcome. So I do hope at one point throughout the story, through the events, or even logins or battle pass or something, man, to just allow you to get, you know, one extra, at least wherever it may be, one extra cosmetic bonus or one extra costume set to where you can get full cosmetics for the characters. That'd be kind of sick. And yeah, to go on about the actual should the characters be buffed, I'm gonna say no. And the reason why is because, well, unlike, you know, was it Attack on Titan and AoT and Slime, when the King of Fighters units came out, these were top 2 units when they came out, like all of them basically. Unlike, you know, Attack on Titan and also unlike Slime. To be fair, when Slime came out, if you don't know, Slime came out like literally the first month of JP, if I'm not wrong, right? And even then, they needed a buff. So it kind of goes to show how bad they were and how bad they are now. But King of Fighters, you know, I'll be truthful. Rugal, Mai, and Athena do need buffs. They're not the great. Like, to be real, dude, they're not that great. So, Kyo doesn't need a buff, even though the others may need it. So, I do think that at least the other units are at a point where they literally just need one thing to make them good. So, I think a Holy Relic is going to be a given here. I do believe all of them are going to get one, even Kyo, because, well, if you look at Barn is broken, and he's still got one. The one is broken, he's still got one. So, someone being good at the game, even though, you know, Kyo's not that great, but he's still good, right? It doesn't mean they don't get one, right? So I think it's going to be given that all the base 4 characters of the King of Fighters collaboration will get a relic, and they will not be buffed because they don't need it. To be fair, a lot of them have skills that are shared between other characters. So I believe, is it this one? Co-Destruction. I think Elaine has that one, right? And I think Blaze, but I think it's called Scorch, is the exact same effect but named differently that Malashkala has it. So if they're going to buff this skill, they have to buff that skill. Well, you don't really need to now. They kind of changed that with the recent Eastern. But like someone like Mai or Rugal, you can't change the Pierce card on Rugal, because then it'll change Demon Meliodas and you know, what's the other Pierce card? Hauser, right? So yeah, I think that, you know, these characters are borderline to where they're gonna get, you know, relic that make them good, right? Kyo, I hope he doesn't get anything too crazy. I do like him, but I don't like the fact he's used a Barn. So maybe increase attack. Why not, right? If every debuff on increase attack by like 1%, so it goes up to like 18% extra attack, because there's like 16 debuffs or 6 debuffs on each character, which wouldn't affect Barn at all because he's about HP. So I wouldn't mind that, right? To make something that's not really gonna help Barn too much. But yeah, I hope Mai get something good. I will say, the Rugal, if he gets an actual Holy Relic, I hope it's this, is literally just give him Lilia's passive, but as a Holy Relic. But it applies to himself only, basically. So, because he's all about Pierce, right? But the thing that limits him is the fact you have to use Lilia with him to make him really do some good damage. And if Lilia dies, he's kind of dead, really. So yeah, if he has Lilia's passive built into him, then he'll be fine, because then he can use basically what's it? He can also use Golfer and like, you know, Goddess Margaret, and have basically like a sub or like a Grace essentially, or like a relic of Lilia, the blue one, and have that actual increased pierce to make him do crazy damage even without Lilia. And if you do use Lilia, then you're gonna give him more pierce, so that would be quite good. Because you know, would you? I mean, I don't like pierce as much, because that was the worst meta, to be fair. Like, you literally, if you don't start first, you lost. So I'm not too sure how I feel about pierce coming back, but it can't be worse than Barn, right? So yeah, boys, guys, let me know what you think. Just some speculation about the King of Fighters, my final thoughts about the part 2 before tomorrow's reveal. And yeah, I hope they do something different. I do expect this time around, because it really only was 1 year ago, that they're not going to change too much. But I hope when it comes to Attack on Titan or even a Slime, they go even more out, give us, you know, stamps, give us new cosmetics. Because to be fair, Slime Part 1 didn't add any cosmetics that were paid. It was literally just free outfits, and most of them were SR. So if we're going to get new outfits, we should get quite a lot for part 1. That's what I'm saying. Part 1 or part 2, or getting the first rerun of Slime, would have been massive, because you would have got way more cosmetics. It would have been the first time a lot of us would experience the actual event, because a lot of us didn't even do it back then. I know I couldn't even do the extreme version of the Ifrit raid, so it's it was a lot, man. It would have been crazy if the Slime Raid collab did return, but you know, I'm not gonna complain about King of Fighters. It's still kind of gassed. I am very, very, very excited for the Smash Bros collab, because that's kind of what it is. Because we're getting half the characters is from Smash Bros. Terry, it's a meme. I'm gonna meme it for in the future as well. So yeah, boys, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think what these actual King of Fighters characters, or at least, you know, the old ones, could be getting for a relic. But yeah, boys, thank you for watching, and peace.